recap my day. So I'm going to be doing some Instagram, some daily vlogs, and just being able to kind of recap what's going on. That looks really weird. We'll get in a little bit closer, a little bit tighter. That looked really weird. There you go. So we got Instagram right here to the side. You can see it. Whoop. Instagram is on the phone, and we got Facebook right here. So just want to be able to just in order for me to be able to get the daily vlog out, I need to be able to just push it out without editing it onto my YouTube channel. And I want to be able to just kind of document what's going on as I'm building a client-based business, because I think a lot of people can relate to that kind of business being built, because I think a lot of people are just trying to get 1% at a time and just see kind of where it goes. Hey, I see we're on a phone call here coming up soon. Looking forward to that. Mackenzie Waddingham. That's a cool name. That's fancy. Mackenzie's a great name to begin with. So Waddingham, it just sounds even awesome. So that's kind of where my mind's at, just from a standpoint of I want to be respectful of time to be able to crank some stuff out. By the way, Mackenzie, for that heart attack. So I just want to be able to just put out the daily vlog, kind of update what's going on, what's going well. Mike, what's up, buddy? Looks like you had a great vacation. You're able to disconnect. I think it's really important, by the way, for those of you that are a very active period at life. Sometimes it's really important to kind of disconnect. Mike is a phenomenal human being, and pushes really hard in business and personal. So it's kind of nice to kind of connect. Hey, Merudink joined. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. So right now, I was meant to be able to have a meeting here at 5 o'clock, end of the day, but unfortunately, her child got sick, and so we were no longer able to meet up. And that stuff happens. You know what? I have kids, they get sick as well. Unfortunately, they go to school, and they're all kind of little petri dishes, bringing disease and germs and bacteria to each other, and they kind of just pass it around. So it just happens. You can tell your kids all day long, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. But at some point, they might get the cold, they might get the flu, and so guess what happens when you're a parent? You get to engage. Ooh, orange juice. Look at that. Probably cost me the cost of like a gallon, but I mean, because I got it here at this cafe. But I'm a believer that if I'm going to use your Wi-Fi, that's just what happens. You know what I mean? I use your Wi-Fi for free, basically for free. I may as well give you a little bit of business. Here, I'll have a cookie and an OJ. Cookie obviously wasn't healthy, guys. So one of the unique things got it brain spanking new. Thanks to the heart attack, by the way. Here's one thing that I'm kind of interested on is connecting with your local, right? So going super deep on all the connections that you have within your community, and interviewing people that you think are just really making things happen, whether they're employees or business owners, or they work for a nonprofit world, whether they're the kid that just won the spelling bee for the state, or just took state in like the 500-meter swim, right? I think you don't run 500 meters, so this would be in the swim, which I went to a swim meet on the weekend, and so that's why it's on my brain, because some of the guys that I work with in the youth group, they qualified for state, so that was really cool. And so I think a lot of times you can end up engaging with your local community and go really, really deep on those relationships and really leverage social media as another touch point. So they see you on social media, then they see you face to face, and then you can leverage social media by putting people on your social media stream. And I think that's just a really fun way to be able to engage with people versus constantly thinking that you need to be shoving stuff out to people. Sometimes it's just connecting with other people, and instead of it being your selfie, like, your mugshot, and I know everyone feels differently about their mugshot. For me, I like my moneymaker. Not everybody does. And that's it. You have to deal with that. That's just me. I like my money. So what happens is, for a lot of people, though, is that they get, they think about like, I don't want to take selfies. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the lighting. Da, 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 da. Well, then don't. Talk to somebody, interview somebody, be the voice behind the camera. Because more likely than not, I was watching a little bit of the news the other day, just so I could watch the Olympics. And the problem is it's sensationalism. Right? And sometimes it's just opinion. So none of it's like necessarily based in fact. It's just like, well, what do you think? And it's like, the talking heads of the day, and they're talking about, well, my thought is, and then they just hypothecate on what the other person might be thinking instead of actually interviewing that human being and saying, what are you thinking? So it's really interesting the way that we consume the news, or I guess is it the way that we're consuming as much as that it's being pushed out to us, hoping that we consume it because they got to be able to show that we have a certain level of viewership and blah, 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 blah in order to attract advertisers. I just don't like that. And the other thing is, I just don't like it being so negative. Like, it just seems crazy. One of the things I truly do hate is that the news they like hostage the weather. How are they thinking that anybody cares about getting the weather in the first 10 minutes when I can get it on my phone? I just open my phone, I turn it on, and boom, there's the weather. I can click on it, and I know the next 5 days. So you, as a newscaster, going, hey, I'm going to tell you the weather in the first 10 minutes. Why don't you come and listen? Guess what? I already know it. I do. And then anytime that you're like, hey, I have this news, I have this story, guess what? I can Google it. Boom, done. Like, I don't need you to hold hostage any of the info. Just give it out. Don't pretend like you're going to keep me in on the various commercials. Your job is to be able to just engage me, pull me in, right? Rant on. Yeah, sorry, man. It just bothers me that like they still hold on to this old way of doing things, and they haven't realized that it's totally beyond that. So, I think it's really unique that we have all these tools, podcasting, literally Facebook, I think can become the next really newspaper if done correctly. For me, I'm interviewing a lot of business owners, employees, just people in town. I'm calling it top of mind on a group page. And that's a way for me to be able to just get well networked. And I find that people like being on Facebook. It kind of has this really, I don't know. It has this really weird pizzazz. Like right now it does. Like, hey, can I interview you? I want to put you on my Facebook page. People are kind of like, hey, that's kind of cool. That sounds like fun. No joke. And yeah, some of you might say, well, you're from small town USA. I came to big town USA here in Milwaukee, and it was still the same attitude. I came in with my selfie stick and my camera, and a lady, and she's been in the business like 20 some years. And she's like, oh, are we going to do a video? Are we going to do a video? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm glad I dressed up. That's what she said today. I'll be posting that one up. It was a lot of fun. They're holding on to the old guard. Yeah, they absolutely are. My dad is their target. He's so Amish. Yes. Yes, he totally, that is, there is a target. That's true. The reality though, is that a lot of those people that are quote unquote being told that are watching the news aren't necessarily in the demographic of actually doing something different. So that's really where I think there's a real big disconnect on, advertisers and the actual medium of who's there, and then the people that, like the businesses. And so, like to me, one of the craziest ones has to be a billboard. Now, unless you're like in an adult superstore or like, an adult store. Is that what it's called? An adult superstore? I don't think you're going to get anywhere with those billboards. Like I saw somebody like, hey, if you need Medicare help, call my 9920, which is a zip code out here. Like, who is writing down that 7-digit number? Like, they might remember the area code, but who's writing that down? Like, who's doing that? And so I just find it fascinating that people think that like they'll spend like hundreds of dollars, $500,000 a month to be able to get that. Got to go. Hey, brain spanking new. We'll see you, buddy. Keep on keeping on. I like that. The thing about the two most popular social networks is hemorrhaging younger users. Yeah, it totally is. So it's just fascinating where you get took your advice about Anchor. Hey, are you liking it? I like Anchor. I think it's just a ton of fun. It's a for those who aren't familiar, Anchor is basically a radio kind of podcasting tool. It's on, like Donkey Kong. So what happens is, what's really cool I like about it is you can actually be proactive. So if you think about a radio station, they put out content on a specific time. And so if you don't want to listen to that person, you have to wait till the next day. Where a podcast, you can basically push out there and people can consume it whenever they want. That's the value of podcasts. But the other one is that on the actual tool, you can see who's listened by tapping this ear icon, and all of a sudden you can engage with the people that listen to your content. So then you can go proactively and say, hey, what did you think about it? 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 And so that way you can actually engage proactively with those that are consuming your content in a podcast form. I think it's fantastic. I didn't know this, but I was told by somebody in radio, the reason why they do a lot of these giveaways is that's a way that they can judge how many people are listening. So it's basically formulaic. If they have a certain, when they broadcast out a certain ring of population and they get a certain number of people calling in for different giveaways, then they know kind of what their actual reach is of viewership. It's just a formula. Which is crazy. Keep on with those good vibes. Mackenzie Waddingham. I will. Thank you very much. I got a little blurry there. Well, zoom in. zoom in. Sorry, Instagram sometimes goes a little funky. Facebook, you're giving me some really grainy screen. Is it grainy for you on Facebook? Hopefully it's not grainy for you guys, and you get a nice clear shot. And you'll notice, I'm glad the lighting's like this. You'll notice getting a little thin, guys, in the hair here. I used to have a nice, beautiful mane, and that's what happens. Asian style, chia pet, it is falling out. That I will blame on children. The wrinkles here, I will also blame on children. The sagging eye bags, I'll blame on myself for making poor decisions by staying up late to watch who knows what, or to do who knows what. Well, I do know what I do. I typically am on some kind of social media. I am watching Netflix with my wife usually, or it's YouTube on the background with some music while we're playing like card games. And we'll do that till like 1 a.m. just because she's 11 years younger than me, so we're young and hip. Clear, are you using your phone? Yes, I am using my phone for live. You look fantastic. Come on. No, I want to put this out here because I think so many people, they see these kinds of videos and they think, oh, he's all buttoned up. No, nothing's perfect. Nicole, what's up, girl? Nicole, my friend's here on Facebook. She's a health fitness guru. Plus, she's a financial person, so she's super smart on many counts. So the reason why I put that out there, Midwinning, is that I think sometimes people think that when they decide to put things out there, you have to be like really all buttoned up and really all taken care of. When in reality, dude, we're all flawed, and it's totally fine. Like I want to lose, 25 pounds. I probably should stop pounding the sodas. I should probably stop eating so much candy. I had like some Rice Krispies the other day. I'll probably have a Reese's peanut butter cup on the drive home. I got 3 hours, so what else do you do? I will Skype the kiddos, put the phone in a cradle, and then peace out, brother. Texan guard. What's up, bro? We'll see you later. So I just put that out there, guys, just because, just like many of you, I'm flawed. Just like many of you, one thing I guess I will say is I don't lack confidence with myself. I'm shameless, so that's because the way they roll. So I'm not necessarily concerned what other people are going to say. Somebody might come out here and be like, "Oh, he's got lazy eye." That is true, by the way. I do have lazy eye. So I say I don't like his teeth. That's true, but I don't like my teeth either. I got a bike accident when I was 16, busted 5 of these bad boys, so 5 fake ones. Other people might say he's not as smart as he thinks he is. Doesn't matter. I think I'm smart, so that's all that matters. Another person might come on here and say, oh, he's not wealthy enough. Dude, if I was too wealthy, then I wouldn't want to do this stuff maybe. Maybe I'd be too busy for it. Right now, I'm at a good income, not great. I'm in the top, I think, 10%, 15%? When you make 6 figures, you kind of get into that. But it doesn't, I'll tell you what, man, when you come home with that paycheck, it doesn't mean like you got lots of stuff throw by it. Got a duplex. I rent out both sides. I just have an investment property. That's the way I roll. So that's kind of my thoughts on things. I find a lot of value in doing, I find a lot of value in doing this, mainly from the standpoint of control. Was just reading a couple weeks ago that GE, like a huge conglomerate, might start selling itself off. And that, to me, doesn't put me in any kind of control to be able to take control of where I want to go career-wise. Where I think for a lot of people, they end up seeing something like that and going, oh, well, I'll just kind of ride the wave. For me, I like to be in a little bit more of a control seat, like I don't want my career to be dependent on what they decide to do in New York City or Connecticut. I want to make sure that I'm in control in that way. If they decide to pull the plug, I can pull the plug first. And the other one is I was literally just talking to a buddy of mine on LinkedIn, and I said, hey, buddy, how's it going? Congrats on the 1 year. He said, thanks. Unfortunately, company bought out another company, and guess what? Let me go. So that's just crazy to me. So here he is, 1 year anniversary. Thank you very much for 1 year, and now you got to go find a new job. So the good thing is that it totally is an employee market out there. There's a lot of employers looking for a job. Nicole Grant, what's up, girl? So that's the plus. So I like to put myself in a position that I can control kind of where I'm headed. All right, guys. So if I can be of any value to you, please let me know. This upcoming Friday, we'll be still doing our social media strategies specifically for sales individuals, sales reps. So this is just a ton of fun. Again, not an expert, just a practitioner. So if anyone has any thoughts, any advice, suggestions, questions, feel free to bring them this Friday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Looking forward to seeing you guys and gals. And if there's anything I can bring of value to you, gentlemen and ladies, let me know. Sherm's out.